know the business, figure out what's most important. Right? There's the old thing about time management, about A, B, and C things. The C things should just get cast aside quickly. You can get consumed by the 10% of things that don't matter nearly as much and lose the bubble on the 80%. Follow through. It's really important to check back in. It's sort of like people go, well, I don't work in the military, but you do, and so it must be really cool because everything is like hierarchical, and once the boss makes a decision, everybody goes. But it's a common thing that if the boss just says go do something and doesn't check back, right? Then you don't continue to make progress. It's just sort of the natural dynamics. So recognizing these ideas about how is the team aligned, right? So have you built the right team? Do you have the right people on the bus, as they say? So Jim Collins wrote that great book, Good to Great, getting the right people on the bus, get them in the right jobs. Have you thought about your strategy and aligned your team? If you haven't aligned your team, then any path will do, and you'll all be sort of wandering around. A great book on that, The Power of Alignment by George Labovitz and Victor Rosansky. What's the main thing that matters the most to you? And how do you describe everything you do that builds to that? Have you created an organization that has an execution-oriented culture, right? Because if you're not sort of measuring the progress of your plans, then you won't ever know if you got there and you won't be able to change course. Do you actually take time to celebrate your successes? Because it's hard when you're trying to do change work. It's easy for people to become overwhelmed and to lose confidence or lose momentum. And so one of the ways to help create and maintain a sense of urgency is to be really clear about what you're doing, why you're doing it, and then celebrating the successes that you have. So that gets to this issue about how good are you at building trust? Because if you're not operating in a high trust environment, it's very hard to get people to go along with you. And the other advice I would say is, so this idea about team is hugely important. Almost every problem that we face in organizations nowadays is about issues that cross organizational boundaries. The easy things within teams have mostly been fixed. And so if you're working on anything that involves you to work with others, how do you build teams that actually get people of disparate views to come together? And a lot of that is about building trust. So if you're a boss or a team leader or just working on some ad hoc group, what are you doing personally to make sure that the people who are on that team with you are equipped with the right tools? They have the knowledge, they know the direction you need to go. And then what are you doing to get out of their way so you don't become a micromanager, right? And so then what are you doing to help celebrate and encourage and make sure that they know that you have their back? Because if you build high trust relationships both with your teams and your partners, work gets done so much more quickly and so much more effectively.